What's up, guys? RBG here. Today I was just going to make a quick video going over kind of how to play Riftbound on Tabletop Simulator. I'm sure if you're watching my videos, you might already know how to play, but this is a good kind of entry point in case you're confused or scared of trying. Really recommend trying. First things first, you have to have Tabletop Simulator. Sometimes it's on sale, it's on Steam, you can buy it there. What you're going to want to do is once you download the game, you're going to want to go to Workshop, and you're going to want to type in your Riftbound. Now there should be a couple options. The Riftbound Legacy, which is kind of like the OG version of the like mod that was made, and then Riftbound League of Legends by Willow, the newer one. This is the one you're gonna want to go down here and click subscribe to. This is by Willow. Shout out Willow. I'm gonna link his Discord and archive, and it's I think his Patreon as well in the description. So huge shout outs to Willow. But you're basically going to go here and choose to click subscribe right here. I already clicked subscribe. And then once you're done with that, go back to Tabletop Simulator, basically click play. It's not super complicated. Play Tabletop Simulator. There's a couple little like keybinds here and there that I've found personally that definitely help playing, and a little things that can use me. So it's definitely something I want to show you guys. Um, let's wait for this to load. So first things first, if you're playing by yourself, you can obviously open a single player lobby. If you're trying to play with friends that also have the game, which is usually what you end up doing, you could play a multiplayer lobby. So single player. I'm going to play single player just because I want to show you guys the game. Now, when you load up, you should already see all these options. RPG, card bots, right there is where you want to go. You want to go to Workshop, Riftbound. Click on it and load. It'll take a second to load sometimes. But once it loads, we'll be all good. Don't be scared if it like slows down your computer super bad. For sure, it's normal. Don't worry. Um, you'll see in the bottom left when it's completely loaded, it'll say like loaded, all good, start. So they have a 4-person setup here on the right in case you want to do like a full on like commander style game, or if you want to do 2v2s, or if you don't do 1v1 here. And it has a bunch of like kind of key features and stuff like that are super helpful. Once this completely loads, I'll kind of go in here and show you how to like import a deck and all that stuff. The website that you're going to use to import decks primarily, you can import decks that other people made, or you can import your own decks. It's going to be the website Piltover Archive. I think that's also made by Willow, but I could be wrong about that. But that's going to be the best website for you to kind of go and look at and just double check and go through. So we should be completely loaded now. So if you move your WASD keys, you can move your camera around. If you hold right click and move at the same time, you will be able to kind of like adjust the camera. Give me 1 second here. My program's not. Uh, it takes a bit when it's on the loading thing. So if you hold right click and move, you can also move your camera this way. You can move it up, down, left, right, so you can kind of see the game however you want. If you use your mouse wheel, you can zoom in, zoom out, correct like view that you want of the game. Usually I end up sitting about right here when I'm playing the game personally, but you can also play it from a more top-down perspective. So what you would do is you basically come here, you copy the deck code for Piltover Archive, you hit Control V, copy it, import it, boom, and then you just basically import the deck. All of your cards will show up here. You will have your, this is a weird glitch that sometimes happens, but it's just Tibbers. You can't have this as your champion unit. You just put it back in your deck. You have 39 cards in your deck. And then this is where your legend is. This is where your champion is. This is where your deck is. And then this is your point counter, your best of counter, and you want to change your playmat technique down here. That I haven't had much trouble. And then this is where your battlefield. Cool keybinds that I use quite frequently is flip. So flip is F, you press F. So while you're holding a card, you press flip. If you need to grab multiple cards, like let's say I needed to move this entire deck, you hold left click until it fully grabs everything, and then you can move the whole entire deck. Otherwise, if you want to just draw one card, you can just click and drag, draw one. There's also a drop down menu, so you can kind of do everything here, but it takes a while to right click every time you want to draw a card. So I usually just click and draw one. When you're drawing, you usually want to move it to your hand. It'll come into your hand face down, and you can just press F on it. It'll flip it face up. Another important keybind that I found is shuffling. So shuffling is going to be the R button, I believe, for most people. You literally just hover over something. You could right click and hit shuffle, or you can hit R. I usually just shuffle here. You want to shuffle your rune deck, make sure you don't forget. You don't want to start a game and then realize you haven't shuffled it. And then you can shuffle your battlefields as well, but you can also take a look at them. Now, another thing that was very helpful for me was learning how to change teams. I didn't quite understand that at first. So if you go up here to the top right of the screen here, you're going to be able to change teams by clicking this change color, change team, and then you could select any team that you want. So you can swap to different places on the playmat if you want to. Other than that, another keybind that was really nice for me is having this rotation degrees set to 90. It's automatically, I think, set to something else, but if you can change this to 90, it makes it so much easier. So when you're having a bunch of mana coming out, you can tap it easily by just pressing E once or Q once to tap it in either direction. So it makes it a lot faster than tapping. Otherwise, you have to like kind of hold it and it doesn't, it takes a lot longer. One other thing you can do is if you need to tap multiple things at once, like let's say you need to tap these two, you can actually hold and drag and then just press E once and then it taps both, untaps both by pressing E or Q respectively. Those keybinds have been very helpful for me. If you're playing a battlefield, you obviously just play it right there. It just pops up the thing. If you're playing another battlefield, it'll pop it up right here. And then basically you just play the game normal how you know how to play it. If you need to recycle anything, you can move it here and click recycle. If you need to recycle runes, you just click the top right of the rune to recycle. You also, if you want to start your turn, make it a bit easier to do your draw phase. You're not sitting here untapping everything. You can just hit the ready button. It readies, gives you two. It draws a card, gives you two runes. When you're setting up, you kind of have to draw your 4 cards, then mulligan. But once you're into the game, you can just click this ready button and do it. This is your points counter. We're going to keep track of points, and then you have a dice here to keep track of some other stuff. There used to be a token generator. I don't know where the token generator actually moved to, but I'm sure you'll be able to find it. There is also a deck builder thing here where if you want like to try a specific card, like let's say you're playing my Annie deck and you're like, oh, I want to try this 5-drop instead. No, my deck builder is perfect. I'm telling you. You can go over here and actually just kind of add a card and just import it. Basically just have card look. Another important thing to look at and have to remember, especially when you're learning the game like how I was for a while, this is the best thing ever to sometimes just go over and look. Sometimes you'll have a weird question like, hey, how does the hidden work? Or, hey, do I draw for turn? Or, does a gear come in ready? There's a lot of like little things that you wouldn't know without asking. So this is really nice to just be able to come over here and kind of look at all the rules. And it's not super in depth. If you need super in depth, there's a way bigger rule book you can look at, or there's a Discord you can ask questions for. But overall, this will kind of help solve some of the, early game kind of like, I don't know what to do here, what happens here questions. Overall, I think this is currently the best way to play. I think Pixelborn might be a bit more fun in the future when it releases, just because it's a bit more automated, which I do enjoy personally. But we'll kind of see what it shapes up and see how the games go and which one kind of gets better. But so far, this one is the better version of play. Pixelborn still needs a bit of work before it's ready. But I think there's some pretty cool developers working too. Again, like, comment, subscribe. If this video helped you at all, it's awesome. There's a million other videos that also tell you how to play the game on Tabletop Simulator, so mine might not be the best, but it was the things I kind of learned in the first, 10, 15, 20 hours of learning how to play this game, because I've never used Tabletop Simulator before this. But again, like, comment, subscribe, RBG out. Have a great day.